Thank you, Billy. Glad to have so many of y'all joining in, saying hello. It's crazy COVID times. Seems like we're wrapping them up along with wrapping up the year. And oh God, so many people coming in strong toward the end of the year. So far, the trip to Thailand is on. So if you got new people plugging in, here's what they need to know. We do the coolest, craziest trips. Like, we live for the experiences of traveling, hanging out together around the world. This one is in Phuket, Thailand, and then we're traveling on to Chiang Mai. And I mean, I'm so fired up about it. And then I'm hearing this, like, some people are more excited about the Alaska cruise. Like, okay, I'm equally excited anytime I can go hang out with cool people and have a good time and strategize and talk about our future and talk about the different things that are going to be happening. I'm fired up about it. So glad to have you guys on. Today we're talking about creating atmosphere, how it's created. We're doing some serious recognition with some folks that have been kicking butt and taking names. I think I will start with that. Let's look at these weekly production leaderboards that we have. All right, here we go. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Mike and Kate Morisi, along with New Baby and all that good stuff happening, are at 15 apps submitted. 5 of them are IULs for 14,000. Maddie continues to kick butt and take names. Maddie, I think it's Maddie Gonzalez. I'm pretty sure. Watsoy's team, 13,000 submitting, and Fanil done. This joker keeps coming in consistently, writing business and knocking out premium. Those are submitted. Let's look at issued, completely issued. Mr. Balick and Sydney got 18,000 issued, three apps. Mike Morisi, 36 apps issued this week for 13,000. Boom, yow. Jeff Turner knocked out 9 apps for 13 grand. Dr. Martha Batorski, 11,000 in 1 week. Way to go, Martha. Maddie, again, 10,000 issued. Abel and Alma, they are real. I think they might have went over for Phuket. I can't remember. I think they were right at the top or real close. Brant Swindell knocked out 9 grand. Adam Johnson, 9 grand. Tad Peterson, 7,600 with 7 apps. Mr. Davies knocked out 7,000 issue paid. And by the way, he's coming close to taking that Rolex, Stephanie. I will look at those leaderboards in a minute. Sheena coming in strong with 7,000. And Brian Rojas, who has just won the extension to Chiang Mai. Brian and Crystalline. All right, annuity producers. G. Chris Robinson picked up a big one for $250,000. Justin Bailick and Sydney got another one issued for $150,000. Katrina Gustin got her 75,000 one issued. And Adrian, 60 grand, and Diana, 51,000. Way to go, people. Foresters, top Foresters. Dr. Martha Batorski leaving the country with 7 Foresters issued. Stephen and Holly Davies, 7 grand. See, that's where Davies is going to catch you on that watch if you're not careful. Debbie Ben just texted me trying to work out to get down to this very exclusive national convention that we have lined up. And top 10 recruiters. Mathis continues to put them in, 5 in width. Annette knocks out 5 in width. Way to go, Annette. Gosh, that's Annette Hare. I'm pretty sure. Stephen Davies put in 3. Brandon Bill put in 3. Paul Roberts, 3. Joseph 2 continues to put them in. My red team put in 3. My blue team put in 2. And Bel Air put in 2 in width. And Levi, another new recruiter down under Paul Roberts. It's always fun when you're a manager and you see more and more new names that are recruiting and building. All right, Foresters contest. Debbie Ben leads that. She's on track to win 5 grand. This is the month of December. So crazy money. Mr. Davies on track to get $500. Scroll down a little bit more here, see who's next we got. Rory Bean on track for $300. Quite a few. All of these, I love the way all these are posted on the ARC right when you log on. I can impersonate and go in as you, Jake, and just see exactly what you see. I was doing it with a few people yesterday, and I was like, oh my God, this is so cool. Art is bad to the bone. Hey, let's go to the next contest, Tia. Scroll all the way down. They can check out who's winning. All right, this Rolex contest. Listen, guys, there's one more leaderboard coming out, and it's called the final leaderboard. So wherever you are on this Rolex, Joe Dukes, that's how close you are. Robert Wilson, that's how close you are. Chris Long, looks like you in the money. Marcus Richardson, right now you're in the money. Looks like Megan Wood's going to take number one choice for all the Rolexes. This will be fun, giving them away in Florida. Okay, scroll me down to the next contest that is happening. 10K Warrior Challenge. All you got to do is write 10 grand issue paid. We've had 169 people win this shirt. There's 40 more left. Make that 31 more shirts that are left. Get your shirt. We got new stuff coming this next year. 40-40, baby. 40-40 Fight Club. 40 appointments and talk to 40 new people in your business. That's going to be crazy. 40 brand new people a week. That's 2,000 new people a year. You ought to be able to build something. You don't even have to be good. You talk to that many people, you're going to find somebody good. Forrester's Rolex. This is one watch for the final quarter. And right now, Stephanie Rodriguez has it. But look how close Stephen Davies is. Look, Stephanie. He's at 59,000. Somebody text Stephanie. You do not want to lose out on this. And Davies is like, keep it quiet, keep it quiet. I'm going to take it over. I'm going to get the watch back. It looks sort of like this with few less diamonds in it, but it's a lot like this watch. The red, white, and blue. A lot less diamonds, a lot less rubies and sapphires, but it's beautiful. Debbie Ben is really close. Debbie could come rolling in there. You saw her name just now. She's really close. It's a tight finish. All of them, y'all would have to smoke it this last 2 or 3 days. All right, what's next, Tia? Let's scroll down. Vested. Bailick, somebody finally overtook Muller. Mark Muller, you were winning with 1 out forever. And now in the last few seconds, Bailick comes rolling in with 47,000. Otsoy with 25,000. This money, you're in the money, Mark Muller. These are all people are getting F&G vests. All right, Thailand. This one's going to be interesting. Check up the top here. Megan Wood, you see that with Mark Hutchinson? He went from 2 trips to 4 trips to Phuket. So he's got mom and dad or wife's mom and dad. He gets to pick 2 more people to go with him. That is awesome. 4 trips. Not just a trip for 2, but 4 people. New headed to Chiang Mai. These are new extension winners. Brian and Crystaline Rojas. Debbie Ben is now on extension. Justin Bailick and Sydney are now on extension. And Mike and Carrie Williams are now on the extension to Chiang Mai. Olga Mathis, so close. Tim Sykes, so close. All right, scroll me down. Roll me down. More just entered into the contest for Phuket. Mike and Kate Morisi. Nick Neitzel has now won the trip. Mike and Brittany Rodriguez have now won the trip. And Lou Abadi. Woo, Lou. It's going to be fun, man. We're going to go over there to Phuket. Look right behind. Rory and Ariel, come on strong. Abel and Alma. I told you they were close. And I also am told that as of today, we'll have to see, but as of today, I'm told that Adam Katz's daughter, Emily Katz, has earned a trip for 2 to Phuket. Woohoo! What is up next? Paul and Sam Menachino have earned the extension to Chiang Mai on the manager's report. Good stuff. Cash, more lead cash giveaway. Riddle continues to smoke everybody. Look at his depth recruiting numbers are going up. Paul Roberts continues to smoke it. Mike and Brittany Rodriguez, $100,000 to be given away to the agency managers. Scroll down. Let's go to what's next. I think it's non-agency managers. Non-agency managers. Joseph 2, $25,000. Boom, yeah, lead credit. Lou Abadi, $10,000. Stephanie Rodriguez, $5,000. This is real money, people. And production. Megan Wood going to get $25,000 worth of free leads to start off the new year. That's a heck of a bank. Jake Krause, how about that? $10,000 worth. You're that close. Chris and Courtney Long with $5,000 worth of leads coming. Nina Wilson, a lot of money being given away. Power 10, G. Chris, Graham, and Maddie always got all. These are people that actually got 10,000 in a week, solid issue. Good stuff. The managers, Bobby Bell, Eric Belair, Chris Baldwin, and Marvin Otsoy. Good stuff, guys. All right, let's go to the president. Stay right here for the people for a minute. Let me talk to y'all for a minute. Okay, so this COVID thing's been a mess. North Carolina is really shut down pretty tight, so we're not going to be able to do our convention there. So what we had to do is limit how many people that we can pull together. And congratulations to those of you that made the cut. For those of you that didn't make the cut, I am very upset about it. There's nothing I can do about it except for this. If you would like for us to do a meeting in your area, we are currently strategizing the different places that we're going to be. I am going, this right now, I have on the books that I'm going to be in Fort Lauderdale. I'm actually going to be in Augusta, Georgia. And I know I'm meeting with one agent in Augusta, Georgia, and then a social influencer guy that's got about 1 million followers, young man that I've known for years in Augusta, and I'm going to see him at the airport. So if you got anybody close to Augusta, Georgia, I'll be there on the 13th of January. Actually, I'm going to be in Jacksonville on the 2nd, but that is only with two guys, Andy Riddle and Chris Long. I'll be hanging out with them for a couple hours. And then I will be in Fort Lauderdale at Jason and Olga Mathis' house at South Florida. That is the 14th of January. So I will fly in that night on the 13th. Probably have like an opportunity meeting on the 13th. That is a Wednesday night in South Florida. If you do not know Jason and Olga or how to get in touch with them, we'll be posting that on this private Facebook. By the way, this private Facebook is safe as far as we can control it. But the momentum that it's catching with the success stories and new people joining, it's kind of building a really tight community. So I appreciate you guys that are posting success stories, how many sales you have, especially when y'all have those crazy weekends or crazy holidays. Post your sales on there. It encourages other people to know that it can be done. So we'll post that on there. Jason and Olga, if you would mind putting something on the private Facebook so that people will know where we're going to be the 13th and the 14th. Then the 21st, 22nd, and 23rd was, again, it's very limited amount of people that we're going to have here. I think we had to do the top 100, and we had great agency managers that we couldn't invite every one of them. We had great producers, people that are killing it, that I was shocked when they were like, I didn't make the cut. And I'm like, I know, I want to throw up, but we didn't want to we wanted to invite husband and wife. So if you take the top 25 managers, you're at 50 people. And then you take the top 25 producers, you're at 50 people, practically. Not everybody's married. Not everybody's bringing a spouse. So we ended up getting a few more people invited, more like the top 30 or top 35 producers to make up for that difference. But right now we've got right at 100 signed up for 21, 22, and 23. The good news is, post it immediately. I'm going to get Tia to post it, marketing department, Jessica to post. But you can sign up to come down on the 23rd, which is a Sunday. And we're asking some of the top producers and some of the managers to stay over one extra night. So we'll have something Sunday night on the 23rd at the Fusion Resort, which is a beautiful resort. It's where we're having the national convention. And then all day on Monday. And we're bringing in people from Tampa, people from Miami are driving in, all kinds of people from Orlando. Make sure that you get all those invites. But again, we're going to cut it off at 100. So that's going to fill up fast. That is for the 23rd and 24th. I think we're calling a big producer gathering or something like that. But it's 23rd and 24th, Sunday night and Monday. I'm saying the date's wrong. It's the 24th and 25th. Thank you for correcting me. 24th is Sunday, and then the 25th. But that should be posted on private Facebook. I am going to be in Dallas, and all this is getting firmed up February 7th, 8th, and 11th and 12th. I'll be in Dallas. I'm also going to be, that week, I'm also going to be in Kansas City and Denver, Colorado, and Greenville, South Carolina. So the Jet's going to be smoking from the 7th until the 13th. I'm in Dallas twice, Denver, Kansas City, and Greenville, South Carolina. I see Jason is on here. Oh, Burlington, North Carolina, February 20th. And all those details are firming up all day on the 20th. That's a Saturday. We would go from like 9 a.m. until 5 p.m. and then a select dinner with a few people on Saturday night, the February 20th. So, Davies, I think I sent you that. Terry Edwards, Cats, and our base shop, letting you know that we're going to be there all day on the 20th. And Jason and Tony, y'all are working on a Reno, Nevada event. I don't think we've got any dates nailed down for that. Nope.
Not yet.
Okay. So Reno, Nevada. We'll do something else in Treasure Island. Definitely want to do something in Ohio. Megan Wood is looking for something up there, and most likely we'll do something in Louisville, Kentucky with Leventovich's. So let me know if we need to get to your area, if you have office space, if you want to pull people together. We will try to make it happen. And we're trying to make up for not doing a national convention by doing a lot of these smaller meetings across the country. Bell Krause, y'all are coming in strong. Tell us what's happening in your group. And I know you already you're setting yourself up. Are you sandbagging at all for January? Is that what you're doing?
Oh, no, because my goal was to hit over 70,000 in December. And so we're actually pushing today, trying, what can we get issued today? Because we need December to be big. So it's all got to be big, Andy. There's no pause in it. It's like, what all can we get through? Because it's a hollow victory if you sandbag it. But it's a true victory when you go out there and you fight. Now, not to say that some of this stuff that's going to happen in January, that's been in the work for 2 years. I've been cultivating clients for years and working on those and following up. And so that stuff's coming to happen. And somebody said that I was lucky. And I said, you're right. I was lucky that someone had a conversation with me 4.5 years ago and told me about the Alliance, because that's what led to everything that's happening now. So I am the luckiest woman in the world. So I'm fired up. I'm fired up. 2021 won't know what hit
it. James Alar.
Yes, hi.
I was taking pictures of you the last time and I forgot to send them to you. I just want to let you know we can see you.
Well, I'm honored to be here.
Freeze that look right there. Do you have any idea how much money y'all gonna make this year?
Not enough.
I agree with that. Are you going to do anything about it next year?
Oh yeah, we're looking to double and hit agency manager. So
we have big goals.
Big goals, 2021.
Well, I know you guys. You know what's funny is these spring chickens, these little youngins that are getting their tail whooped by the more mature individuals, such as Bell Krause.
Uh-huh.
And you. So what's the plan this year? Agency manager and above?
Yes. That the minimum agency manager is the minimum goal, but we're hoping to get past that. And we want to double our submitted and issue paid business.
So are you equally excited about Alaska or more excited about Alaska than the Thailand?
I think we're more excited since we weren't able to go to Alaska this year. So now it's been a whole year of build up, and now it's going to be another whole year. So I'm pretty stoked about it.
That's right. Don't matter where we go, as long as we're all together as a team. That's what makes it special.
It does. It really does. Well, Bale, so you looking at 70,000 to roll in December, and then 100,000 plus in January. You said you're going to win Alaska in 1 month.
We're going to win Alaska by January 31st. That is the goal. And, well, you don't like it when we speculate, but I'm going to throw it out there. It wouldn't be a stretch of the imagination to hit the extension in February. So I just going to put that out there, let people know what's possible, what's going on. Somebody mentioned to me, they said, aren't you scared to put that out there? You're telling everybody, the whole company. So I'm scared because what's the worst that can happen? I hit it in March. Like how bad is that? So we're just going for it. It finally has occurred to me, I don't have to have a limit. It finally occurred to me, I'm allowed, Jake is allowed, we're allowed to just keep pressing. So that's what we're going to do. And we're going to take advantage of every opportunity that comes our way. And don't be scared to hit big, set big goals. It's okay if you don't hit them right away. You're going to hit them. Just go for it.
Somebody asked me again, one of our executives that coaches me, said, are you sure you're going to let them combine annuities, IULs, and life production, and now we're going to add in Medicare credits? I said, well, let me think about it. But yeah, I think it's kind of fun to see these new people come aboard, and 50,000 bonus points just by moving up the scale. It's make it crazy simple. And then you start winning in 1 month and somebody else knocks it out in 2 months. We start looking at people going like, really? Really? And I get these people that say, I just don't compete. I say I get them. I'm okay with them. But I'm going like, guys, seriously? Y'all understand this is a big game, right? It's called life. This is your shot. This is when you get to run. This is when you get to go fishing. This is when you get to go to Italy. This is when you get to go to Paris. This is when you have the fancy dinners. Get to go see the crazy animals in Africa. This is your shot. This is your game. And I do have a hard time understanding people that don't want to compete. I don't know how to get people with stickers or contests, but I'm sure going to try. Actually, the T-shirt, the 10,000 T-shirt has got a lot of people stirred up. One like, hey, I got my shirt. And it's funny. I like the shirts too. I pulled out my Embraer. This is the second place plane company. When we shopped for jets, we almost bought Embraer. I saw it was a Callaway shirt, and I was like, all right, I better wear it. It was sitting in my closet looking at me. Got a free shirt. They come in number 2. I got a free shirt. Citation won the battle. I see Yankees. Megan and Jonathan, are y'all through honeymooning? Are y'all ready to compete?
Yes, sir. Yeah. We've enjoyed this year. It's been awesome, but we are more excited for 2021. We're more excited about what's happening with the Alliance than ever before. We're more excited for just this next year, like crazy. It's going to be awesome.
Now, review again. Tell me where each of y'all graduated from college and when did y'all get married?
So I went to the University of Houston. I graduated from there in 2015, and Jonathan went to University of Texas. Also graduated from there in 2015 or 14, and we got married October 2019. So we've been married for just over a year, and we have, thanks, Belle. Yeah, it's been a great year. Despite all of the craziness, we have fought through. We've made the most money we've ever made. We've helped more people than we thought we could. We transitioned to phone sales for a little bit. You know what I mean? It was just incredible, along with being married for our first year. It was great.
One down. Well, congratulations. Hey, it'd be worth a review. Would you met Jonathan. He was in another organization on a certain weekend in Burlington when we had our national convention. You met him at that. And but tell them a little bit about the other conversation of we've got an executive, guys, that's been in the insurance world He's pushing 50 years now. I know it's over 45 years. Been president of 5 different insurance companies. Good buddy of mine. Oh, and a COVID survivor. He had the COVID, and he shook it. And but way back before this, he had a chance encounter with Megan. So Megan, would you kind of tell us, kind of give us a layout of what it looked like and the conversation, where you were, and how it went down?
Yeah, so to back up a little bit, there was a few years prior to that conversation that my mom and dad, Mike and Michelle Alleman, had won a trip or cruise to somewhere, and I can't remember where exactly we were. I think we were in one of the St. Martins or I don't know, St. Thomas, St. Martin. But we sat at a restaurant, I think it was Senior Frogs, and had lunch with Jim Henson. And so that relationship started then. I just got to know him. I knew that he was a big part of this organization as far as getting us all these amazing carriers and products that we're able to help our clients with. I knew he was just the OG of insurance. And so by the time I went to that 2016 conference in North Carolina, 2016, I sat down on a Saturday night after we had most of the conference, and I just asked Jim. I had just graduated college December of 2015, and so this was January 2016, and I already knew him because I had met him and trusted him. And so I just asked him, I said, if you could go back 40 years, because at that time that was about the experience he had had in the insurance industry, and you could choose all over again, whether you could go the corporate route of insurance or whether you would go independent route of insurance and be here. And I just asked him, I said, what would you do if you could start all over? And he said, 100%, I would have done this. And it was one of those life-altering moments. And I've had a lot since, that was the major life-altering moment. And since then, I haven't looked back. I've trusted the system. I've trusted the industry, and I've just continued to work. But that conversation changed it all.
That's a chilling, exciting story to me. I have repeated that story 100 times to young people. This guy achieved president of 5 different organizations, has made millions of dollars over 45 years, not in 1 year, but over 45 years. He's made millions. He's traveled the world. But the freedom, the funness, the enjoyment of seeing other people that you can directly influence, he would pick being an agency manager and building an organization over that corporate route with all the benefits that he's got. That's a crazy statement to me.
And when I asked him why, I said, well, why would you choose that all over? Why would you choose it if you could go all over? And he just said, because there's no limit. You can do as much as you want. He's like, I was president of all these companies and I made a lot of money. Don't get me wrong, but I was capped. I made the companies way more money, but I was capped. So as soon as I was like, whoa, okay, this is much more massive than just me. And I can really create a lot here and help other people. And my income and my capacity is unlimited. So
when I was 27 and I got involved in business that said you had unlimited pop, and I tell people this, and I know they think I'm crazy, but I don't really care. Just like when some people are listening to you and going like, did that really happen? Like, I know it happened. I remember, because I was like, yes, I know what he's going to say. It's his life, right? He gets to say what he wants to say. He says, 100%, I'd build this business. And when I was hearing stuff like this, and I was like, why would I go? I'm an engineer. Why would I stay in textile manufacturing when it's so limited and so holding you down? Why would you not go a route like this? I'm glad you did it. And you said the most money that you and Jonathan have ever made. You've traveled. You work out when you want to. You don't have to ask permission. You run your life. What a crazy What a crazy opportunity. I'm going to take a chance and do this on national television because I just think it's this important. Paul Roberts hired this lady named Karen down in South Texas. And I said, are you ready for this? She said, yeah, I read this book and I know how it works. And I was like, my book, the green book, the MMM book, you know? And she said, no, this book right here. I'm telling you, you won't get a copy if you don't get one quick, because I know that I am personally responsible for over 100 of these being purchased, and it's been out of print for probably 10 or 15 years, okay? It was printed 22 years ago, and it has nothing to do with insurance, but it has everything to do with building a sales network. And it says, why would you work 40 years in a system that does not work? A system that does not work. Why would you do that? And the answer is because people are in their comfort zone. But if you approach people about this business when they're not comfortable, you are very uncomfortable, Megan. What do I do next? I'm scared. I'm worried. I don't know. It's mysterious, this life out there. My mama's made a killing doing this business. My dad was in the corporate world and quit to come do this. Is it right? Are they just blowing smoke? Have they had that much fun? Have they made that much money? This book talks about how many people you know. You know 2,000 people. I've been preaching 300 people. Everybody knows 300. Some people that are not as well connected know 200. This book says 2,000 people you know. It devotes 7 pages to memory joggers of who you know. And it just says, you explain to people that you can show them how to make $20,000 a month to $30,000 a month in 12 to 18 months of hard work. Listen to me, James. 18 months of hard work. Not 18 months of doing nothing, but 18 months of hard work. Babies, this applies to you, baby. Look what's happened to you since you were 20 years old. 18 months of hard, H-A-R-D, hard work to create a $20,000 to $30,000 override income. What if you talk to everybody you know every 6 months and expect to get turned down 1,000 times, but you call 2,000 people? What if you get turned down 1,800 times? I was just talking to one of my favorite guys, one of my favorite managers. Not my favorite, but one of my favorite. Actually, he is my favorite. He says, you know, if you run an ad, you don't get humiliated, you don't get rejected, because you don't even know these people or care. But when you call your friends, you get let down and rejected and turned down. But yeah, this don't work. This does. Because when you hire a person off of an ad, your success is going to come from their warm market. When you finally get a person, Marcus, like your brother Joshua, your success is going to come from his warm market. What about your warm market, Marcus? Failure is the way to success. We've been told this every time we start, since we started leadership development, personal development. Oh, God, you want to talk about personal development. I don't even know if I want to show you this dude, but how many of y'all have heard this dude right here speak? Whew, he says some bad words. He says some bad words.
Yourself about where you are and the necessary steps it will take to achieve those goals day by day. Each step, each necessary point of self-improvement should be written as its own note. That means you have to do some research and break it all down.
David Goggins. Woo, he says some bad words. Personal development is based on getting hammered. You don't grow biceps like Bill has by fluff work, and you don't build an organization like I have or Stephen Davis has on fluff work. go out there and get, like, somehow he talks about, David talks about how to fall in love with misery, how to fall in love with pain. How do you fall in love? And Belle, you're getting beat up out there selling insurance. Everybody thinks that you're out there and you write every deal. I had a guy go out on 3 sales. One of his first, he's only been out on 8. He went out on 3 yesterday. Guess how many sales he got? 0. I said, dude, you're not failing for a fart. That's not failure. 0 for 3. I don't even know what that is. That's putting your little toe in and saying the water's cold. But just try to express a little bit how you get beat up, Belle, and cussed out and stinky houses.
Oh my word, Andy. I have a whole stack of reminders of appointments that I sat that did not sell. I call it the sat not sold stack. And when I stack that stack next to the ones I've closed, it's so minuscule, the ones I've succeeded on. But it took all of that to get the ability to sell the ones I've sold. And so for me, it's a constant, it's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of no's, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of no's. So when we first started, I started part-time, and the first 6 months in the business, I only ran appointments on Saturdays. That's the only day I had to work was on Saturdays. And I remember I was frustrated. I didn't earn the trip. I was frustrated I didn't earn the trip. And Jake looked at me. He's like, you work 1 day a week for 6 months. But we brought in, working just on Saturdays, we brought in like $23,000 working on Saturdays for 6 months. And I thought, most people can go get a part-time job and work all year, how many hours a week to make that $23,000? And at that point, it just kind of clicked with me. It's like, I just got to do more. I'm not really failing. I'm just not doing enough. And so it was then that we decided, okay, well, maybe we'll work 2 days a week. And of course, we ran business 2 days a week. We earned the trip, and we have earned every trip since then because we decided to do more. And it's proportional. You do more, you're going to get more no's, but you're going to get some more yeses too. And you're going to get more coaching and mentoring. You're going to find out where you're snagging up at. And it's never over. It's never over. I was just on the phone this morning with Chris Norris, trying to get coaching and guidance on some appointments that we're running in that quadrant of what we do as well. And so you just find the next new obstacle you got to overcome. But it's a John Maxwell. It's uphill the whole way. You're just going to find the next new obstacle. But if you're in the pursuit of that and you know that it's going to happen, it's exciting. It's so exciting to me when I get up and it's like, what am I going to run into today so that I can crush it, so that I can overcome it, so that when somebody else comes at me and says, well, I got this and that, I'll be like, that ain't nothing. Jason and Tony Carey are great with that. I thought I had a problem and I called them one day, kind of whining a little bit. And Tony's like, call me back when you have a real problem. This ain't nothing. Get back to work. And she was right. And then that's when we paid $95,000 the next month, because she reminded me that my problem was only a problem if I slowed down. But if I sped up, it wasn't even a speed bump. And so I get fired up just talking about it right now, because it takes all the struggle to create the success. It's part of the recipe. And when you start to think that that's no longer there, y'all, it's wrong. You can ask any top producer out there, any agency manager and above. We've just struggled more than other people have. We've been willing to accept that. We've been willing to walk into a house that you don't want to take your shoes off. You're grateful that you're wearing a mask now. I love it now, because now I get to pick. They'll be like, oh, you can take your mask off. Oh, no, I got to wear it so I can keep my job. And behind it, I'm hoping they don't see me gag, because it's out there. But the thing I remember in every one of those homes, I'm there because we have something in common. There's someone they love and they want to protect that person. So they may not live like I do. They may not have the same standards I do, but we both love someone, and that we have common ground on. And I can help that family and hopefully do it quick so I can get out there and Lysol down and everything before I go to my next appointment.
Are you telling me the clients that I'm supplying you with have stinky houses?
Oh, Lord. Yes. And it's funny, too, because the ones that want to meet outside have clean houses. I'm like, why can't the ones with the stinky houses want to meet outside? But no, it's with the clean houses want to meet outside.
Marcus, Denver, Colorado is a green city and all fresh. Is y'all the same problem out there? Y'all got stinkies out there?
Yeah, we got some stinky. We got that sticky icky, if you know what I mean. We got the little bit of everything.
Y'all got the free marijuana smoking out there too, right?
Yeah. They will not arrest you. It's funny. People be on the Capitol at 420 making it a big deal. It's Colorado though.
Beautiful when you ride down the road, huh?
I remember Robbie came to hang out with us a couple years ago, and he was like, "What's that?" I was like, "Yeah, Robbie, it's Colorado, bro."
Okay. Y'all hear what I'm telling you? We sell and we recruit. Recruiting is the freest and the hardest and the highest reward. You know 2,000 people. The script is simple. Insurance, health, leads, Albright, or North Carolina. That's the 4 things you want to get into a conversation. We got leads. We need some help working with this guy out of North Carolina. It's in the insurance world. Can you tell me more about the insurance aspect? Say, I have discovered with the mentors that I work with this thing called tax-free retirement. It's unbelievable. It just almost looks too good to be true. But it's not. It's legit. You admit to them it looks too good to be true, but I want to show it to you. And then what you do is I hire other people and show them how to do it, and I'll build a residual income of $20,000 to $30,000 in less than 18 months. Here's the big hiccup. You got to pass an insurance class, but I'll coach you and I'll help you. And then you know all these people, you blow this network up, and it's money coming in, residual income. Oh, the good news about this, we can show you how to make 6 figures off your own personal pen. By the way, I want to remind you of this, Mr. Davies and Marcus Richardson and the Krauses and the Yankees that want to go partner. When you go partner, the personal production money continues to be your money. You get it? It's like, it don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. You become multi-millionaire partner with stock growth opportunities, and oh my God. Okay? So I'm just letting you know, just a reminder how this stuff goes down. I want to talk a little bit about creating atmosphere. On the phone, when you talk to people, you're going to create an atmosphere. It's more difficult on the Zoom. It's more difficult when it's only audio. That's why you want to get in the house as much as possible. When you have a friend that says, I'm interested in this business, take a break. Oh my God, just looking at y'all going like, how many people do you know? And listen, the people that you barely know, like the people that say, we graduated high school together, really? You go, yeah, we did. They go, I don't remember you. Go, well, I remember you. And I just think you would be great. This business I put together. We're working with Mutual Omaha. I'm not sure if you've ever heard of them, but we have this business that we can share with you. It's just real simple. Insurance, leads, help people, make a difference. Working with this group out of North Carolina. You could even say Florida now if you want to. You have an option. You can go to North Carolina or Florida. Working with this group out of Florida. Working with this group out of North Carolina. Would you be interested? Here's the way it works. People have openings. If you call them every 6 months, you're going to get them. The book says call them every 6 months until they die or you die. Don't give up on them. Danny Johnson is one of the most productive people that I've ever hired in my life. I called him for 13 years. My regret is I wasn't calling 250 other people every single year. Just God. He said, Andy, if you had to do over, what would you do differently? I would hire more people that I know. I had everybody in Burlington, North Carolina knew I was an Amway because I tried to recruit every single one of them in Amway. If I had to continue that same vein with my life, when I got in insurance, as opposed to the easy route, I don't know. I would have a big jet, not a mid-sized jet. I have a mid-sized jet, seats 9. I would have a big jet. It's still seat 9, would just be big. I'm telling you, Yankee, both of you, you will change your life by calling every single one of these people. And don't press them. Just ask them. And you need to sell them an IUL. So you need to either get in front of them and create this atmosphere I'm headed toward, I'm eventually going to get to. This atmosphere when you go to the house. When you go to recruit them, you go to create an atmosphere. I do my best on the Zoom to create an atmosphere. Okay. So would you pull up my atmosphere slide here? This is intentional, what I'm doing. Gulf Stream thing. Oh, I like this text. Can you read that? Can you read that, Bale Krause? Read it if you can read it.
I was surrounded by roaches this morning, but walked out with 2 apps for 2,100 AP.
That's from Terry Edwards. I love this stuff. You want to change your life, call everybody you know. They're going to laugh at you. They're going to put you down. I hope you're on this call. They're going to make fun of you. You're going to learn so much. Woo! I want to tell y'all some other stuff we got going on, but I can't do it yet. More carriers. And I'm talking paying companies. Paying companies. I was just got a warning text that we might not be able to get it out. My goal is January 4 that we roll it out. That's the first day of January that we can write business. That's my goal. It'll definitely be out by National Convention. And we're talking, okay, atmosphere. Creating, okay, it's 2 things. Create atmosphere with purpose. Everybody creates atmosphere. Some of you create terrible atmospheres. This is the one that you want to create on purpose. Okay? Next slide. Okay. You make the atmosphere negative. I have several people that I've helped go from 0 to, let's just say, over 100 grand. And they become what I call passive aggressive or manic depressive. Okay? They're so happy, positive, but they're so negative. You want to punch them. It's an atmosphere that people create and they're unaware of it. Atmosphere is created and there's nothing spontaneous about it. Here's a question for you. What is spontaneous about going around a bathtub and putting out rose petals, lighting candles, and dimming the lights? The intention is atmosphere. It's intentional. There's a reason behind it. When you're on the phone with a client, you create atmosphere. We teach you to. When you're recruiting, you create atmosphere. Bale, I promise you, when you were not getting the sales, you were creating atmosphere. Not a good atmosphere. I don't know the atmosphere you're creating. My guess it would be confusion, lack of commitment, lack of singular choice. More of you gave too many people too many choices. You weren't sure what they should buy. Uncertainty. Uncertainty is created. What would you, I'm hitting bail. I'm gonna go to somebody else. Mr. Davies, do you remember your early days of insurance?
I do. I do.
Some of the uncertainties that you created.
It's I mean, when I look back at that and I go, my desperation was coming through me into this environment and making people feel like they can't trust me or create that that opposition in the house. But then, you know, you learn over time that you create that atmosphere from the minute you pull in the driveway, to make people feel safe, to make people feel certain, you know, make sure that the certainty's on a 10 and on all the levels of buying. Once that clicked, I mean, it made all the difference in the world, because now I knew exactly what I was going to do every single time, and created a specific routine every single time to create that atmosphere in the house.
I want to hear the same thing from a younger version, Evan Patzer. Evan, when you're coaching people in sales, you know they create an atmosphere and then they don't get sales.
That's exactly correct.
Okay. All right. When you're trying to explain this to somebody and they don't believe you, especially if you're coaching them, right? Patzer, you're coaching
Yes, sir. I'm here.
You're coaching a sales guy. Have you ever got the look in the eye from a sales guy like he don't really believe what you're saying? He's like, it's the leads, sir.
A lot. Yes, sir.
It's the COVID, sir. You're thinking COVID should create the perfect atmosphere, and the agent's not making sales because of COVID. You're going like...
Everybody's think it's free. Everybody thinks it's free. That's the problem. They don't have any money.
They say the same thing, Evan.
Yeah. And I say, well, let me ask you this question, Andy, Joe. Me and you call the same leads, talk to the same people. Why am I picking up checks and you're not? Same person, same lead, same bank account status. Is it you, or is it the lead, or is it them?
Okay. So specific to Megan Yakey, Megan, would you concur that this happens when you try to train somebody? Okay.
Yes.
How can me and you, Davies, convince Evan and Megan that's the same deal when it comes to recruiting and building a network? Give it a shot. Try to tell them, Davies.
It is the same, because it's about creating an atmosphere that creates a reaction. People that struggle in sales, if they struggle in recruiting, it's because they're not applying what they've learned about sales to recruiting, because it's the same thing. It's the same exact thing. You create an atmosphere, you create certainty, and it creates pull. And that's why, you know, once people get that, and once the self-development, you know, once they get it, they can attract people that other people can't. You know, you'll talk to people like, nobody in my warm market wants to do this. Nobody's attracted to insurance. It's like, I love you, but you're the attracting factor. And if you're not creating that attraction, you're going to struggle with those results. But it's the same thing as sales. It's the same thing. It's no different than when a recruiter guy doesn't want to go on the field. I'm like, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. That's what I love about it.
I made a mistake. I didn't want you to be talking to somebody in your downline. I forgot that Patzer was part of your big organization, because it changes the atmosphere. How about talk to Jake and Veray about saying what you just talked about? Because they're not in your group.
So Jake and Veray, if you struggle to get people in the business, zoom out and go, what's it like to be on the other side of me? What is it? What is the feeling that I'm creating? Because the feeling I'm creating is what's not working. It's not the business that's not working. It's the feeling I'm creating when I'm talking to people. That's what's not working. So how do we change that?
Atmosphere. I have nervous Nellies. Sorry for the Nellies that are on here, but it's just a word. Nervous Nellies. They're uncertain about the destiny of this company. I've even had someone say, it doesn't work like it used to. And I go like, I know it's easier. He's like, no, it's harder. And I'm like, oh my God. And then the next time he's in front of people and he's like, I love this business. I get to travel over the world. And he goes like, and I say, you know, she's whining to me. And he's like, well, Andy, I don't do that in front of my agents. I only whine like that in front of you. And I'm like, oh my God. Do you really sincerely believe what you're saying to me? Or are you a freaking liar? Are you a liar or what you're saying to me? Or are you lying to them? Oh, so you're telling me the truth, lying to your people, telling them how easy it is, but you tell me the truth. You see the problem, James? Like, you can't tell me one thing and then tell somebody else another and call yourself consistent. You're consistently confused, consistently confusing. You see what I'm saying? Like Jacob Ray? Like, this is it. Okay? Nervous Nellies, anxiousness. And this is, Roddy Kraft was down here in Florida the other day. He said, the worst thing, Chris Hill was talking about building a mega church. He said, the worst thing in the world happens. Andy, he said, I'm in the office and we're talking. And he's like, And he said, I'm thinking, oh my God, this is the worst thing that can happen. He said, and Andy goes, walks out the door and starts talking trash to everybody how easy this is, unbelievable it is. And I go, when it was happening in my office, did I sound panicked? Give a flying, you know what? It's a bump in the road. It's more like a bump in my airplane. It's an air bubble. What do you want me to tell you? I don't go like, air bubble. I know we're going to crash now. Like, bro, crashing has to do with landing. We ain't even close to the ground. It'll be like minutes before we crash. It's crazy thinking. It's just mixed up thinking. This stuff comes out when you're talking to people. It oozes through your skin. That's what I like so much about this. It talks about not quitting and keeping talking to people. This is one of the dumbest, lowest level, easy to read books I've ever had in my hand about recruiting. It's stupid. If you can't do this, there was this guy in Amway. God, Adam Katz will tell you his name. And he'd do that. He'd say the R word y'all don't like me to say. He would be like, he'd draw circles. He'd say, if you don't do this, y'all messed up in the head. That's the way this is. When you read this, you'll be like, if I can't do this, I'm messed up in the head. Now, let me explain something to you. You are messed up in the head, but you'll still be able to do it with this. Because what you're doing is you're working your warm market and you're changing who you are. You're changing the atmosphere in your head is what you're doing. And the atmosphere in your head changes, then the atmosphere around your head is going to change and who you're dealing with. All right, let's go to the second page. There's 3 different ways I want to show you how to create atmosphere. The first one is the setting, okay? So I don't like Zoom calls. I do like some of you's background more than other people's background. It's the surrounding. I would go to people's house to sell insurance over the phone. I know some of you have because of COVID situations or lead situations. I would go to their house to recruit them. Jake, I would go to their house to recruit them. If I got some, Andy Riddle is on here listening. Andy, I would go to their house because it's comfortable. It's security. They let their guard down. It's recognizable. We are what we see, and we are where we see it. We are what we see and where we see it. So if you see this business in a comfortable position, you're going to be more comfortable with it. If you see writing a check for life insurance in your house, you're going to be more comfortable with it. You're more familiar. By the way, if you're selling a product that people have never heard of before, say, oh, this will be great because nobody's ever heard of it. No, it won't, because people are not familiar with it. Think about this. Here's the reason that life insurance is such a gold mine. Everybody's heard of it, They're very familiar with it, and nobody has enough. What if you had a product that nobody owns? So the market's bigger than the life insurance market. Everybody needs it, but they've never heard of it, but we know they need it. That's a difficult sale. When I start talking, Evan, Megan, if I can get the person to talk to me a little bit, I will start mimicking back in their words. If they're in a baseball world, I'll move to the baseball world. If they're in network marketing, I go to network marketing. If they're in the insurance world, I go to the insurance world. If they're a preacher, I go to the preaching world. If they're a school administrator, I go to the world they're in as fast as I can get into it. This is how you create atmosphere. Mike Marisi, I don't know if you're in a position that you can cut your video on it.
Yeah, can you see me?
Yeah, you out selling?
Yeah, in between appointments.
Did y'all just have a baby?
Not yet. Baby boy is due on January 28th.
So y'all ain't had the baby yet?
Not yet. Pretty,
Hey,
pretty
Mark
soon.
Hutchinson's baby wasn't due until after that. They didn't have it.
Yeah, I think we're ready for it.
Kennedy Noel. I think that's what it is. You know what this boy's name's going to be? Can you say it, or am I prying? If it's just a secret, don't tell it.
I can say it. MJ. We're going to call him MJ. Michael Jr.
You going to call that checker Michael Jr.?
That's right.
My mama would be fired up if you was her boy. She'd be like, I'm going to call him MJ. That's what she want to call him. That's what she wanted to call her nephew on my brother's side.
Yeah.
Call him AJ, but she didn't get her wish. But you're going to make somebody happy. MJ. Is it, are you aware that there's a basketball player named MJ and Mike? Or is this going to be a surprise to you?
I'm from Chicago, man.
Aha. He's from North Carolina, man.
I know. But Chicago Bulls, man. But yeah, he was Tar Heel, wasn't he?
No, I don't know about that.
Tar Heel.
He was a Tar Heel. Hey, did you watch that series of Jordan, the television series?
No, I didn't watch it.
That was a trick question. You did good right there, bro. You did good. See, I ain't seen it neither. That's a trick question. You passed.
Cool.
Okay, if you can see, Megan, do you see the immediate atmosphere I created with Mike? Evan, do you see the atmosphere that was created immediately?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I mean, you basically got into his world. You met him where he's at in his life.
God bless him fast. You didn't even quit, couldn't even get ready. And you don't even think it's intentional. Albright's just lucky as hell that he picked a topic that he was interested in and excited about, and now he's got him in a good mood. Yeah. It's I have said this in the past. I'm smarter than some of y'all think I am. I'm trying to get y'all there. You can't be undecided by the fate of our organization and the fate of your organization. And insurance as we know it. If Trump gets in, some say he's already lost. Some say January 6th. I've heard all kinds of stuff. People walking down the street telling me crazy stuff. If Biden gets in, and some people say he's going to die and Kamala, whatever her name is, that girl's going to take over. I say this, we're going to be stinking rich. We're in the insurance, by God, business. Medicare is distributed through independent agents because the government can't do it. And this never got life insurance because his wife wants to. And this one's got life insurance because his wife wants to. Them boys are loaded up in insurance. They're not going to shoot down the insurance. I could care less. I'm going to try to watch that show with Michael Jordan in it, though. He's a fighter. That book, Relentless, I don't know if y'all read that. Woo, that book's harder to read than this book right
Awesome
here.
book. That's an awesome
Easy.
book, Relentless.
You did what?
Relentless. That's an awesome book.
Yeah. That's some Jordan stuff in there, right?
Yeah, he talks about Kobe too. It's the I think it's wasn't the physical therapist or the trainer for Kobe and for Jordan.
Yeah. I think it was
Personal
their trainer.
trainer.
Yeah.
You see that tie-in, Patrick? I go right from
Oh, yeah.
kid to relentless.
Kid to relentless. Let's make some money.
God, don't be a wimp. Don't be a baby. I'm not going to say we're going to be a girl. Don't be a girl because I kind of want you to be a girl because our girls are winning the dadgum nation. The girls are outselling all the guys out there. Y'all need to put on some feminine attitude when you go in the house, apparently. Or maybe the women got more of a masculine. I don't know what's going on with all that, but I know they're closing deals. You see the atmosphere? Look, give me the 2 slide. Give me the new 2 slide. Here it comes. Y'all get ready. Narrative, talk, and tone. Positive words controls thought. Talk controls thought. Talk controls thought. And pleasant sounds creates enthusiasm. 90%. This is the marital counseling for you today. 90% of the friction of our daily life is caused by the wrong words and the wrong tone of voice. I'm going to write this down. We'll take a slide back down. Talk creates thought. Sounds enthusiasm. All right. And then friction. All right. Thank you, Tia. All right. Here we go. Talk creates thought. And then listen, even I'm exaggerating. I always do this. I always go, listen to what I'm telling you. Listen to what I'm telling you. See, these are sounds that I create. I was coaching one of my best speakers, one of the most professional speakers in the entire world, I might add. The tone was like this right here, and it was very good. And sometimes that person would get loud, and sometimes they would be low. And I said, you've not changed the speed. You've not changed the tone. You've not clapped. You've not snapped. You've not said anybody else's name. I was like, oh, my God, somebody's going to fall out dead. But you'll get more points for speaking than I will. Because I'm doing this. I'm digging in my ear. I'm calling names, I'm snapping, I'm sneaking, I'm tapping. I ain't in this to get graded on how I speak. I'm getting graded on this income situation. If I pronounce words wrong. I'm drinking coffee and putting in 24/7 in your face every chance I get to do it. Yeah. Talk, thought. When you walk in a person's house, how much you piddle before you get into their world. How much you piddle before you get into the feelings that they have of fear. I guarantee you. How quick do you bring up talk to me about the fear you create when you're in the house. Let's go. Megan's driving. I want to hear her talk, but I'm scared of her driving. She's been wrecked off the road and stuff. Who does the selling, Jake and Bray? Do both of y'all sell, or does one of y'all sell more? Talk to me.
We both do selling.
You do? I'm not sure. Speak up a little bit, or see if we can hear you loud and clear.
Is this better?
It's a little better. How do you create fear, Beret, in the house?
What I try to do is just get to know and make a friend, know who their family is, and then pretty much I talk about, like who do they know that has died recently? That's one of the things that I do.
I start talking about it, then I ask that question, wow, did they have anything in place? And just kind of get them to jog their memory of, did they have something in place? Was that easier on the family or was it not? And I think I create fear just by getting to know them and their family, because everybody deep down has a fear of not wanting to leave their family in any type of financial burden, and it's our job to surface it.
Who do you know has had cancer? Has anybody died recently in your family that made you think of sending this in? What a brilliant question. Good job. How about this? If you were in Tennessee, how many of you would bring up the bomb? Would you? Raise your hand. Would you? I would. I'd be like, you're crazy. I'm glad he did that warning thing. Keep people from getting killed. Oh my God. They were crazy. COVID was keeping them keeping them in the house for a while. This is them ventured out with his mom. Woo. The atmosphere when you're recruiting, residual income. I love to talk I love talking. Who don't want residual income? Well, how do you get people to want to recruit, Andy? I don't know. Let me think for a second. Maybe you can explain it to them. Who don't want residual income? What person on earth would not want money coming in and not have to do nothing? What the hell? How do you dude? I'm thinking stuff my mama said that I can't repeat. She'd be like, everything has to be sold, buddy. Some things shouldn't have to be sold. It should be so good that you shouldn't have to sell it. Like beer commercials, for example. Why should you have to have beer commercials? Beer's so good, why should you have to advertise? Oh, they got the water coming down. Fresh, clean river water. It's trickling over the rocks. No beer? Well, hell, why not? Fresh, clean water coming down like that, man. Who wouldn't want a beer with a fresh river like that in the background? Or they got on a horse with a cigarette. Make me want to smoke every time I see one in Marbell, man. Tracking with me? Thought, talk, enthusiasm, noise. It's noise. You create atmosphere. Questions you ask. Listen, I can control your thought with the questions. I do this with a questioning game, Mike. Mike, give me the top 2 or 3 people you got coming on strong. Mike Morisi.
Yeah. I got a Lucero who is down in Southern Florida, Port St. Lucie. She's put together one of her first apps. I think it was on Christmas Eve. I'm trying to think what else she's got coming through. I know she's making dials this week and setting up appointments.
Did you say Lucero?
Yeah, her name is Lucero.
Lucero, like Lucero that works in my office?
Yeah, just like the one in your office. She, trying to think who else. Deborah Cousins out of Houston. She's put together more than a few apps now, and she's been out running crazy. And then I've got Kim Allen, who's down in right in your neck of the woods. I think she was at that event. She was at that event for Medicare, and I know she signed up for the boot camp at the end of January.
I like her. Yeah, I like her. Something about her. I can't remember what the deal was. I'd get her to read this. Hopefully she's on here and hearing this.
Yeah.
The biggest thing in a sales distribution, the most valuable thing you could have inside of it would be Deborah, Kim, and Lucero hitting their warm market. I get that we make money when they sell insurance. If they don't sell insurance, we don't make no money. That's why I say sell and recruit. But what I'm telling you is that expands your power, that expands your universe. The same manager I was talking to about the other stuff, I was like, you've got to get somebody else working to expand your network. Like, think, what do I say? What do I ask to get them to expand their network? how to create the feeling. That's why I do this. Yeah. Yeah. Do it again, Bell. Let me have a little chair motion going on. Yay! Y'all need some cheering stuff. We're going to get them shipped out. You do yours. I like this one right here. I like the atmosphere this creates. Check this out. Rey Mysterio. I got the wrestling Mysterio going on. Osuna, give me that. Y'all don't know Rey Mysterio. You don't know what time it is. Third slide. Please pull up the third slide, Tia. Narrative, attitude. Let me back up one more time. I want to hit that narrative one time. Narrative. Have you ever heard this? You determine your narrative. You write the story. All right, I'm going to come back to that. I got some good stuff on there. Let's go to this next slide. Actually, the fifth slide. Attitude. Feeling and manner. The proper perspective produces optimism. The proper perspective. Bell Krause says you got to go through the trash to get the reward. The bad attitude is, I wish it was easier. I wish I didn't have to get beat up. Produces negativity. Visible confidence creates certainty. This quote is my favorite quote on the whole little slide presentation. Expectancy is the atmosphere of miracles. This is a preacher, not shocking. If you want a miracle, you need to have expectancy. Somebody has to expect a miracle to get a miracle. Megan Wood, I expect you to be a partner by the end of the year. You say, well, that's not a miracle. Okay. I expect you to be partner, Megan Wood, by the end of the year. That requires the people that you're hiring to become agency managers. It requires people to grow. When you have higher goals, it creates higher goals in the group underneath you. The manner that you come out when you walk into a room, I've heard this before. Go back to my people. Optimism and certainty. Optimism and certainty. Optimism and certainty. Okay. The proper attitude creates opportunity. How about this? When you come in the room, Andy, everybody pays attention. They quit cutting up. Well, when I come into the room, they act like a bunch of youngins. Okay. I guess you're not creating the same attitude in the atmosphere, are you? All right, here we go. How many of you realize sometimes when you walk into a meeting, you're part of the problem? Okay? If you're not part of the solution, you are part of the problem. If you don't make it better, you're making it worse. I wish I could. I'm not even going to do it. I want to walk down there and show you walking up my steps has this long thing by Angela DeMaio or something like that. And here's what it says. Blah, blah, blah. It's good stuff. Blah, blah. I ain't got to memorize. It ends up like this. People are going to remember the feeling that you create. They're going to forget the words, but the feeling is going to linger on. What is your intentional atmosphere that you're trying to create? How'd y'all like that marital counseling? The tone and mannerisms of what I say cause most of my problems in my daily living. I want y'all to know I beat Spencer last night 4 out of 5 times. It was a 1 game, and because I won the first one, that's when it really started to go to Hades right there, Davies. I said side pocket, which meant that corner. And I hit it right in that side pocket that I meant to. Well, he said that was the side pocket. Therefore, I lost. But he racked them, which tells me he knew that I won. Then I won again. And I said the right pocket. Then he won one, so he thought he had a shot. I already won 2 out of 3, so then we're going for 4 out of 5. Then he had to hit one in the side pocket for the victory. And he said, can I kiss it off of your ball? I said, you may kiss it off of your ball. He said, what if I don't kiss it and it goes straight in? I said, you lose. You got to make the decision. Is it straight in or is it a kiss? I'm letting you have the kiss. I'm not even sure if it's legal to win off the 8 ball kissing off my ball. I'm not even sure if that's legal, but I'm going to let you have it. But I'm not going to let you have it if you don't call it. So he says, all right, I'm going to call it a kiss. Bam, he kisses it, goes right in. And the cue ball went in the quarterfinal. I think it's when I started laughing. That's when he wanted to fight. Y'all know he's stronger than 7 of us put together right now. The atmosphere, him getting so mad was me. Not just winning, it's the words and the tone, and I'm trying not to be gloating. But it's been a while since I've been able to gloat in the sport with him, like ping pong or pool. But I was. I continued. Somehow he won one. Somehow, I can't remember, but he did win one. And then he got mad and slammed some stuff down and went inside. Or something. Atmosphere with our wife. Atmosphere with our mom. Atmosphere with our agents. Atmosphere with our team. When it comes to do with recruiting, talk controls the thought. What we're saying. Mannerisms, feelings, noise, sound. You guys are helping me create atmosphere by having you on here. That's why one of you sitting there like this. I'm going like, you're not helping the atmosphere, brother. And then people panic too, like, tell him that he's screwing up the meeting. I go, calm down. You can't say it like that. You can't say that. You just got to go, huh? And then you got to try to work it around, because then you come across of an atmosphere of a-hole. And we all lose our patience. We don't need to. Megan Wood, say something. We got to hear from number 1. I know there's another, posting going to happen, but likely to be number 1 in the United States of America. How you doing, Megan Wood?
Doing fantastic. How are you doing?
Good. Are you in between appointments?
I am. I'm doing some drive-bys.
Continue on North Creasy Lane for 1.5 miles.
Have you made any sales today, Megan Wood?
4 so far today.
Megan Wood, do you feel like you're giving your little boy enough attention in his life? And do you feel like he's spoiled with attention, or do you feel like you never ever see him?
Couldn't hear ya.
I said, do you feel like you're spoiling your kid because you get to see him so much? Or do you never give your kid any attention? Can you hear me now?
Hang on. I can't hear you now. Okay, now say something.
Something. Something.
Terrible.
Can you hear me say something?
I hear you now. You know what's frustrating to me?
In 1,000 feet, turn left onto Executive Drive.
That I haven't been able to get a hold of just calls me and screws up my talk with you when she should be listening to the TWC. That's frustrating to me.
She's got an agent calling her that should be listening to this. And then they want her to walk away from her little kid and chat with her when they have something important. But yet they won't schedule. That's frustrating.
I know. I think so too.
Here's what you got to say, though. You got to say, unused potential burns my butt. Because that's what it is. It's unused potential. They have the potential to be great, but they choose to be ordinary, not extraordinary. Why? Because being on this call is boring and they already know everything.
Yeah. I've been trying to get a hold of her for a week.
And that's she's going to call you during TWC.
That's right. Crazy. Crazy.
Tell me about your little boy. You give him enough attention, take him on vacations, talk to him, coach him.
Yeah. We go on vacations all the time. I actually took him to Florida with me when I went down there. He was on the beach in a winter coat. Super exciting. I was pretty disappointed I couldn't make it to be where I wanted to be with you guys. December was a tough month.
Did you have the COVID or just have to think you had the COVID?
My whole family had COVID. My dog had surgery. I took him to Florida. He's got a cone around his head. I mean, like, you know, when life gives you trouble, but I still was selling policies. I still did what I had to do.
In a quarter mile, turn right onto McCarty Lane.
Like, you know, God always says he's not going to put more on you than what you can handle. And I ask myself, he must think I'm a freaking warrior sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But, I mean, it's true. It's like, so you get obstacles all the time in life, but what are you going to do to fight through those obstacles? You simply said to me, Andy, when I was on the phone with you, and I'm crying because I couldn't be there. I think I cried for 2 days straight. He said,
take the next right onto McCarty Lane.
What I need you to do is to just focus. This is not the end of the world, even though it seemed like the end of the world to me at the time. But I had a choice. Am I going to sit there and just be depressed about not being where I want to be? Or am I going to fight and be thankful for what I have and what I have done? And I chose to fight. And all it took was you telling me, focus. Just focus. Do what you can do while you're here. You know what I'm saying? It's just those small words, because once you said that, boom, it whipped me right into shape. I'm like, okay, I'm going to focus.
So we had this special select invitation only. I said, hey, come on down, came down to Florida, training. And Megan was invited. She's like, I'm invited with this very select group. And then she had COVID.
I was going to the house and have lunch and dinner, and it was terrible. But the things I did to get there, you know what I'm saying? The things I did to get there, because it's important. Took my dog with a cone on his head to Florida. Got my son, he could get out of school to go to Florida. Oh, my goodness.
Megan Yakey, I'm pretty sure she called me trying to talk me into letting her come to the meeting with the COVID.
For half a mile.
I swear, I was like, I am not going to let this girl come to the meeting with the COVID. Can't come with COVID.
I even texted that.
But I never did tell her she couldn't. I just said, focus. Focus, Megan. Focus.
Yeah. I even said, can you give me the address to your house so I can just like drive by it and wish I was there?
I got off the line. I called her upline. I said, let me tell you this. This is one influential lady. She's trying to influence me to say it's okay to come with COVID. Nah, can't do that.
In a quarter mile, turn left at Industrial Drive.
Right. And then I get back and my whole family has the COVID. I'm like, this is just perfect.
Hey, Megan, I got news for you. That ain't the only problems you got. You got other problems in addition to that.
I got a lot of problems. I'm messed up. pretty messed up.
Take the next left at Industrial Drive, then turn left.
Phone off. We the next thing we're gonna figure out where you are.
But I want to find people as messed up as I am.
Ain't that the dead
In a quarter mile, turn left onto
Turn
Sagamore
off
Park.
mute your phone. We get tired of hearing your mean person that's giving directions. Guys, remember, you're creating the atmosphere. You're making it happen, whether it's selling, whether it's recruiting, or getting them. You create it. This book will help me create it. Every time I'm sending out pictures, I've noticed the atmosphere I send it in. Even though I send out a picture of the book, the atmosphere that I send it in. I can show you the picture. Oh yeah, this is good in this book. This is good in this book. Listen to this. Listen to this. Guy comes on stage. Okay? Play the piano. Jumps on the piano and starts playing. People are screaming, booing, throwing tomatoes, change, paper clips, pocketbooks. Guy stands up, bows. They are just wearing him out. He goes off stage. Next performer comes on, same piano, kills it. People go crazy cheering for him. The guy who's performing is so pumped because the people cheering. He goes off stage, the other guy's packing up, just cheerful. He's like, how do you maintain such a positive attitude the way these people booed you and questioned your talent? He said, bad piano. Bad piano. Who's that remind? It reminds you of some of our people, right? Must be bad leads. Must be bad recruiting atmosphere. Must be the politics that are going on. Bad piano. That story's in this book. Joe Walker just texted me that story. It's awesome. It's so much stuff. God. They're still saying that new carrier. I want to show you the atmosphere if I can. Give me 1 second. I've got it right here. Don't panic. Chill out. It's on the way. Hold on. It's going to be right here. Oh, there it is. Check out the atmosphere. See the way I do it? It's even atmosphere when I'm advertising the book. I'll take a picture of that. It's atmosphere with selling the book. So warm and cozy, and it's at the beach. Oh my God, you talk about a little boy's dream. On the ocean and starting fires. Woohoo! I was so fired up last few days. It's been cold down here. I got permission from the boss lady to start a fire in the house. Crazy. So fun. I snuck and made one outside too. I thought, you can't say nothing if I do one outside if I do one inside. 2 fires at one same time. So fun. Dreams do come true. Thailand, baby. Alaska starting up January 1. We got a few more days. If you're going to go set goals, baby, I suggest this now or right now. Don't wait till the 1. Start right now. Peace out. Love y'all. Thanks for attending. Hope we created some atmosphere. Go create your own. Make it happen. Love you. Bye.